For 2 weeks, so as to enable him to file counter affidavit. Yes.
Reflect on the order that this is the final opportunity given to them. Lordship, sorry to interrupt, Lordship. Can it be on Lordship? Kindly fix a date, Lordship.
No, it will come after 2 weeks. Yes.
Lordship, may I
yes.
pray for listing in motion, Lordship? Can it be on Monday matter having
No,
some urgency?
No. What is the urgency?
Lordship, initially I was suspended, terminated. Those orders were set aside by
Wednesday. Yes.
Oblige, Lordship. Lordship, I'm praying for listing of a repetition for withdrawal. Monday. Oblige.
May I please, Your Lordship? I beg to mention for adjournment, daily list item 40, 41, 42, my lord. Contempt petition, original case is pending before the appellate forum. So kindly may adjourn for 2 days.
40, 41, 42.
My lord,
You are for the petitioner.
my lord.
Sure. On the prayer of learned counsel for the petitioner, these matters stand adjourned for 2 weeks. List accordingly.
Oblige, my lord.
May I please, Your Lordship? Case number WPC 5610 of 2050. Matter may be listed for hearing as per your convenience, my Lordship.
In the month of March, second week of March. Yes.
Oblige.
May I please, Your Lordship? I beg to mention item number 30.
What do you want?
Lordship, any adjournment for 2 weeks.
You are for whom?
A Kalita.
You have informed the other side.
Yes, Lordship.
With the consent of the opposite party, the learned Standing Council Industries Department Assam prays for adjournment of the admission hearing in this case for 2 weeks. Prayer allowed, list accordingly. Yes.
Oblige.
May I please, Your Lordship? I beg to mention WPC number 5473 of 2020 and 4767 of 2022 for admission, Lordship.
Yeah, after 2 weeks. Yes.
Lordship, one more matter.
How many? You make a list and give it to her. All after 2 weeks. Yes.
Please, Your Lordship, I beg to mention a
Yes, yes,
WPC
yes.
case for
Urgent matter, Lordship.
What urgent?
Lordship, the petitioner has been suspended since 2021.
Admission.
Yes, Lordship.
After 2 weeks. Yes,
I beg
please.
to mention a WPC case for listing for orders.
After 2 weeks. Yes.
Lordship, can be on 14.
No, rejected. Yes.
Same year, the admission matter, non-releasing of salary due to follow the respondent is not receiving.
After 2 weeks.
Your Lordship, I pray for listing of a matter for hearing. Lordship, the matter is urgent in the sense that the petitioner is going to retire in the month of February and his promotional right has been affected.
After 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yes.
please, Your Lordship. I beg to mention listing of a WPC. My lord, there is a 2011 matter.
After 2 weeks. Yes.
Next Friday. Instruction. Lordship, can it be fixed on next Friday? I have not received instruction, Lordship. Next Friday, Lordship.
The petitioner's counsel is present on the request of Mr. B. Chakravarti, learned CGC appearing for the respondents. This matter is adjourned and shall now be listed again on 17/10/2023 for motion as a fixed item. No further adjournment. So as to enable him to obtain instruction.
This case, when a lordship has asked me to find some judgment,
Yes.
that subsequent repetition is barred.
Mm.
I have found one. It is AR 1961 Supreme Court 1457. In this case, the Honorable Supreme Court has laid down the law that the res judicata principle will apply on 2 grounds. Number one, it says, my lord, it's become it is of public policy. And number 2,
Have you got the judgments? You also don't have. Well, then we'll issue notice. No time to go into all these things today. But Mr. A. Bhattacharya, learned counsel appearing for the petitioner. Here is the averments made in the petition. Issue notice of motion returnable in 6 weeks since Miss
Kotopi.
M.M. Kotopi, learned. Your standing counsel. Standing counsel, which department?
Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department.
Veterinarian animal husbandry and veterinary department. Assam has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of respondent numbers 1 to 4 and Mr. P. Nayak, learned standing counsel finance for respondent number 5. Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned departmental counsel so as to enable them to obtain instruction. Good stuff. That's it. You don't have any interim prayer.
no, My lord, let me kindly fix it a short date because the
4 weeks.
issues are settlement.
4 weeks.
Meet you, Lord. My lord, I am a contractual employee, my lord, working under a GMCH, my lord. By the impugn order, my lord.
Yes, who is the standing counsel? Are you appearing in this case?
Yes, my lord.
Why suddenly you are asking people not to come? What is this?
My lord, I have to obtain instruction because from the pleadings, I have found that, my lord, some allegations are against them, FIR is there, because in the blood bank, some malpractices were going on. So I will have to obtain instruction, my lord.
All right, then we'll have it on Thursday.
My lord.
Thursday for motion.
My lord.
Which are the other two matters?
9 and 10, my lord.
Item 9 and 10.
My lord.
So 4, 9 and 10, same order. I heard Mr. R. M. Dekal and counsel for the petitioner. Where is the amendments made in the writ petition? Mr. D.P. Bora, learned standing counsel, Health and Family Welfare Department, Assam. Praise for time till 16/2/2023, so as to enable him to obtain instruction as to the reason for issuance of the order. First up, the learned departmental counsel to also obtain instruction and address this court if the principles of natural justice has been complied with in this case, and if so, the manner in which the same has been done. One extra copy each be
My lord,
furnished to the learned departmental counsel. One extra copy of the writ petition, in each of the proceedings be furnished to the learned departmental counsel. Can you do it during the course of the
Yes,
day?
ma'am, right
During
now.
the course of the day, yes.
I am obliged.
If we find that principles of natural justice has not been complied with, we'll set aside the order in motion.
But otherwise, one aspect is there, my lord, they are not government employees, they are appointed. by-
Then we will set it aside today. How can you terminate them? If they are not government employees, how can you terminate them?
Because the person who has terminated, he is the secretary of the hospital management society.
All right, you come up with instructions, written instructions. Yes.
Yes. Obliged.
The same constitutional validity, lordship will issue notice and tag it with 363. Only one thing, clause 3, that day I couldn't argue. My contention is that the Assam government has not only violated 16(4)(a), 16(4)(b) is also abrogated.
Just issuing notice and tagging.
yes,
with-
tag
what-
it.
Which is the other writ petition?
360 WPC 363 of 2023.
363 of the. But
It's
Mr.
fixed
DK,
on the 16th of.
Mr. DK Das, learned counsel listed by Mr. H. Bethala, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. Peruse the amendments made in the petition. The controversy pertains to the claim of seniority of the by the petitioner, who is a reserved category candidate. First up, it is submitted at the bar that similar matters raising the same issue is pending adjudication before this court. First up, in view of the above, issue notice of motion returnable on 16/3/2023. Since Mr. Who is appearing for whom?
My lord, I am appearing for 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Since Mr. R. Dhorn, understanding counsel, you are
My
appearing.
government advocate, my lord.
Government advocate Assam has appeared and accepted notice
1, 2, 3,
on
4.
behalf of respondent numbers 1, 2, 3.
4.
And 1, 2, 3 and 4. And Mr. P. Nayak, land standing counsel, PWD Assam. For
5, 6,
respondent
7.
numbers 5, 6 and 7, service of notice is deemed to be complete. In this case, extra copies of the writ petition, requisite in numbers, be furnished to the learned departmental counsel so as to enable them to obtain instruction and file affidavit. List this matter along with WPC 766.
Non-regularization of the service of the petitioner, my lord, as a grade 4 staff, my lord. He is rendering the 27 years of service, my lord. Office of the Block Development Officer, Algapur, Hailakandi, my lord.
When issue notice now.
My lord.
Yes.
My lord, I have seen a statement to the effect that there is a reference made on 26/9/2022. Am I correct? In that,
Yes.
26/9/22.
are you going to follow on that?
Yes, talk to the court. Mr. Devnath, what is
My
it?
lord, there is a reference
We
made.
are issuing notice in this matter. We'll adjudicate this. No representation business. We have had enough of representation. Heard Miss L. Wajida, learned counsel for the petitioner, aggrieved by non-consideration of his case for regularization of service, even after rendering 27 years of continuous service. The petitioner has been compelled to approach this court by filing this writ petition, seeking a writ of mandamus. After perusing the averments made in the writ petition, this court is of the opinion that the matter calls for examination, post of issue notice of motion returnable in 6 weeks. We'll give them some time. Since Mr. N.K. Devnath, managed standing counsel, Panchayat and Rural Development Department has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of respondent numbers 1, 3, and 4, and Mr. D. Bora, learned Government Advocate Assam for respondent number 2. Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition, requisite in numbers, be furnished to the learned departmental counsel so as to enable them to obtain instruction and file affidavit. An attempt would be made to dispose of the writ petition at the stage of admission hearing. Yes. Obliged.
So we have challenged the findings of the class scrutiny committee. Where my lord, on 3 basic grounds: 1, it was not properly framed; 2, the procedure laid down in Kumari Madhi Patil has not been followed; and 3, my lord, it is against the dictates of this honorable court itself from division bench and also by the single bench. The findings of the honorable court has been not adhered to, my lord.
So you want the opinion of the Caste Scrutiny Committee which set aside.
My lord, yes.
That is opinion rendered on 4th of May 2022.
My lord, yes.
So we'll issue notice and then we can't set it aside without.
My
issuing.
lord, if not set aside, my lord, since it will have repercussions on my service, but perhaps they can be restrained from at least giving effect to it, or at least a status quo, so that my lord, my job does not go. Otherwise, my job goes.
I am appearing for 1, 2, and 7 only.
He is my employer, my.
Hmm.
Huh?
All right, heard Mr. R. Mazumdar, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner, aggrieved by the findings of the Caste Scrutiny Committee recorded in its order dated 4/5/2022. The instant writ petition has been filed, inter alia contending that the findings and conclusions are perverse in the eye of law. First of all, I have perused the amendments made in the writ petition. First of, the court is of the opinion that the matter calls for deeper examinations of issue notice of motion returnable in 6 weeks. Since Mr. S.S. Roy, learned CGC, has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of respondent numbers
1, 2, and 7.
1, 2, and 7, no formal notice is required to be sent to the said respondents. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned CGC so as to enable him to obtain instruction. Steps for service of notice upon the remaining respondents by registered post with AD within 3 days from today. Heard on the prayer of interim relief, having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case, it is hereby provided that no adverse that the respondent numbers 1, 2, and 7 shall not take any decision adverse to the interest of the petitioner on the basis of the opinion of this Caste Scrutiny Committee dated 4/5/2022 without the leave of this matter.
I'm deeply obliged, my lord.
Item 8.
My lord, this matter relates to non-allotment of GPF account number, my lord.
Yes, why GPF account number has not been given, Ms. Bora? Do you have any?
Lordship, in this regard, I'll have
Achha,
to
what
take
we'll do is
instructions,
we'll
Lordship.
post it for motion on 17th. Huh? You please tell us. We can dispose it of.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
Mr. Goswami. Yes, heard Mr. P.K. Goswami. Counsel for the petitioner. Aggrieved by petitioners. Aggrieved by non-furnishing of GPS account number. Despite repeated requests made by them, the petitioners have approached this court seeking a writ of mandamus. Full stop. Ms. S. Bora.
D. Bora.
D. Bora, learned standing counsel, Health and Family Welfare Department, Assam, as well as Mr. R.K. Talukdar, learned standing counsel, appearing for the Accountant General, Assam, have sought a week's time to seek instruction and appraise this court as to the reason, if any, for which the GPF account number has been withheld. Prayer allowed. Registry to list this writ petition for motion again on 17.
Can it be 21st, Lordship? Can it be 21st?
21st, all right. So and so. For motion, one extra copy will be furnished to the learned standing council during the course of the day.
Obliged, Lordship. Item 11.
Yeah, please, your lordship.
Yes,
Lordship, for item 11, they to state that we would like to withdraw the case.
you want to withdraw, why?
Actually, the matter pertains to appointment of Gaura, but there is an alternative authority would like to approach.
All right, your name, please.
I'm standing for on behalf of D. Sharma.
So we'll record his name.
Yes.
Mr. D. Sharma, learned counsel for the petitioner seeks leave of this court to withdraw his writ petition with liberty to pursue alternative remedy. Full stop. Mr. S. Datta, learned standing counsel, Revenue Department, Assam, and Mr. R. Dhar, learned government advocate, Assam, appearing for the official respondent, do not have any objection if the prayer is allowed. In view of the above, this writ petition stands disposed of on withdrawal with liberty as head.
Lordship, 12, item 12, same matter.
Item
12.
12, same order, yes.
Obliged.
May I please, your lordship.
Yes.
My lord, this petitioner is eligible for the, my lord, the appointment of the selection and appointment of Anganwadi worker, my lord. But my lord, the respondent authority, my lord, within one night preparing a survey area, my lord, they are accepting some people of their choice, my lord. I have submitted, my lord, the representation before the CDPO as well as director, my lord. But till late, my lord, no action has been taken, my lord, on the grievance of the petitioner.
No, they are trying to select whom?
Well, they accepted only application of some the candidate. No selection was held, no oral interview was held till today.
No, but then this is a premature writ petition. Why have you come now? We can't
Well,
get into all these things.
Because my lord, they have not accepted my application. My lord. I have annexed the application, my lord, and also submitted representation through my lord, public of the locality, my lord. Gaubura also, my lord.
They have not accepted your application.
No, not accepted. They are saying that I am not within the survey area, whereas I am the nearest survey area of the village. And
Yeah,
Gaubura also.
Mr. Sharma, could you please find out what is the matter?
Item number, 14. 14, huh?
Social Welfare Department.
13,
At least for 3 weeks.
No, he is in item 14, but he has appeared in item 13.
13 is me. Your lordship.
Yes, and the one who had come for item 13 went back because he saw item 14.
Sorry.
So all these things are happening. We also got
Sorry,
confused.
my lord.
Yes, please wait. Yes.
May I please, your lordship?
Hmm.
Matter pertains to compassionate appointment.
Compassionate appointment, yes.
My name was recommended by DLC, but it was never placed before the SLC. Despite there being a High Court's order in 2015, even then also my matter was never.
All right, we'll have to issue notice then.
Yes, your
You're Mr.
HKJ Ahmed.
Heard Mr. HKJ Ahmed, Naik counsel for the petitioner, aggrieved by the petitioner's name was recommended by the district level committee, bracket DLC, for appointment on compassionate ground. But the state level committee, bracket SLC, has not considered his case till today. Aggrieved thereby, this writ petition has been filed. Full stop. Mr. H. Sharma, an additional senior government advocate Assam, appearing for the official respondents, prays for 4 weeks time to obtain instruction in the matter. Prayer allowed, NOM 4 weeks, since Mr. Sharma has appeared and accepted notice on
1 and 3.
respond numbers 1 and 3, and
5, 6, 7.
Miss J. Gogoi for respond numbers 5, 6, and 7. No formal notice. Why not 4?
2 and 4 is the PWD lordship. Co-petition and PWD.
Miss J. Gogoi appears for Mr. R. Dhar, learned standing counsel, PWD Assam, appears for respond numbers 2 and 4, and Ms. J. Gogoi for respond numbers 5, 6, and 7. As such, service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned departmental counsel, requisite in numbers, so as to enable them to obtain instruction in the matter. Stop. Register to list this case again after 4 weeks by reflecting the name of learned counsel for the respondent in the cause. Yes.
Obliged.
So your petition is premature. You come to the court premature. You
My lord.
what to do? Can you please tell us why her application has not been accepted?
Lordship, I have to seek instructions in this matter.
How much time you want?
2 weeks time, Your Lordship.
No, we'll fix it on 17. Get it?
17th, Your Lordship.
Yes, it's a we can fix it at 2 also. What is today's world? You need 2 weeks time for this.
No, Your Lordship.
Huh?
17.
17. Otherwise, we'll have to stay the process.
No,
So you heard Mr. Jiuddin, learned counsel for the petitioner, agree by the fact that her application for appointment as an Anganwadi worker
Yes, sir.
under the Borhola Anganwadi Center, Jugijan ICDS project in the district of Hojai was declined by the authorities. The petitioner has approached this court inter alia contending that the entire selection process is being tailor-made by the authorities to accommodate persons of their choice without following the due process of law. Stop. Mr. D. Boral and Government Advocate Assam prays for time till 17/2/2023 to obtain instruction and appraise this court as to the reason why the application submitted by the petitioner for appointment as Anganwadi worker was not accepted by the authorities, along with supporting documents. Full stop.
Extra copy.
Extra copy of the
I'll
document
send.
furnished to Mr.
Most
Boral
probably.
during the course of the day. Yes.
May I please, Your Lordship? The date of birth discrepancy, my lord, 7 years date of years discrepancy. Well, as per record, my lord, my date of birth is 28 to 1968, my lord.
When are you retiring?
My lord, I have already retired, my
You're
lord.
already retired.
My lord.
So we'll issue notice
My
then
lord.
and see. All right.
And
Uh,
it's basically under the Assam Agricultural University. They have a separate standing council lawsuit, AAU. So it's an autonomous body lawsuit. P. Kotoki
Sir.
and Pollap Kotoki and someone.
Agriculture University.
Have you served copies?
No, I think he has not served.
No, my lord. You serve the agriculture department, my lord.
He has served us lawsuit.
No, this is Assam Agriculture and University.
You will serve, my lord.
Then you serve, otherwise you'll have to take steps. There will be delay.
My lord.
You better serve.
I don't Pollap Kotoki, no,
Hmm.
Korangam Dusan.
On the request of learned counsel for the petitioner, this matter is directed to be posted for motion again in the next week.
Yes.
In the meantime, copy of the writ petition be served upon the learned standing council for the Assam Agriculture University.
Yes. Like,
The name of the learned standing council be reflected in the call list.
Next Monday, my lord.
Huh?
Next Monday.
Whenever motion. Should we record your name?
no.
All right.
It will.
May it please your lordship. Madam, the petitioners have applied pursuant to advertisement dated 22/12/16 for recruitment to the post of forest guard, which is not through APSC.
Hmm.
Now, they were in the age zone. 525 posts were advertised.
Hmm.
Subsequently, the advertisement came 24/5/2020.
Hmm.
This time 812 posts were advertised with a rider that if you had applied earlier, then you need not apply afresh. So we continued. But that did not see the light of the day. Eventually, an advertisement 21/1/23 was published, wherein we crossed the age bar. Now, on the aspect of relaxation, my lord, when we had applied initially and continued through the second one, we were within the time age limit. Now, since the office memorandum holding the field permits relaxation of age up to 45 years of age. A consideration to do that effect by the
Where is
authority.
your application?
My application, my lord, would find at page 62. Fifty-eight, 60, the four application, in fact, 2 by each petitioner. That was on 30th of January we had applied.
That is by the petitioner number 2.
2 and 1 is page 58.
And age relaxation is permitted under which law?
The office memorandum dated 4/1/1992, which we could trace out in a judgment. Third page of a judgment, it is embodied there. It is quoted in the judgment. 4/1/1992. Third page, may I read? The undersigned is directed to invite attention to the instructions contained in the department so and so, dated 27/3/80, and to state that after careful consideration of all aspects of the matter, government has further indicated that relaxation may be granted up to age of 45 years instead of 40 years as mentioned in subpara 3 of 2 of the aforesaid OM in accordance with the procedure prescribed in the said OM. And consequent upon the said decision, the age limit of the years indicated.
And what
so
is the
and so-
last date of submission of application?
Last date has gone, my lord.
6/2/23.
Last date is gone. My lord, it is a phase-wise process. Physical test, efficiency test, written test, etc. But I am not on that. There are two parts, if I may bifurcate, my lord. First part is subject to correction. The earlier two advertisement have not been abandoned. If that is so, my rights are crystallized. If abandoned, then relaxation comes.
Mr. Banik, I must remind you one thing. As a counsel, when you ask for something from the court, either you base it on principle which is already established, or urge before the court what is the new principle it is to be developed. Merely by asking for something, the court cannot consider. You see, as counsels, you have to understand that when you're coming to the court, you must base your prayer on some principle. Otherwise, what is the point in hearing counsels?
My lord,
We would rather hear the parties and pass
my
orders.
respectful submission.
What can be done now today, the last date of submission of application? We'll make it clear that they cannot be considered for this advertisement. Is that okay? You have missed the bus. Because it is going to affect the right in rem. Therefore, the relief cannot be granted. Whether a court passes an order is another thing. But the principle is you cannot, if you would have come on 6th of February also, then also you could have done something. But
But
now it
exams
is-
have not commenced, my lord. It's only since I'm taking it
I'm
to
so
from,
sorry. Mr.
if they
Banik.
consider my application earlier,
Hmm.
then I come in the fray, my lord.
Yes, they will. We'll ask them, but not for this advertisement.
But if
Why
I-
did you not come earlier?
My lord, the first part, if I may. repeat-
What happens is when we start entertaining these petitions and passing orders, it creates a chaos. That is the reason this court
But
is not.
maybe they can take a call for those candidates who were continuing earlier, whether they can consider this one.
Nothing doing, nothing doing. Your last date is over.
Last date is over,
Hmm.
but since the second advertisement said, those who applied earlier need not apply afresh. And the third one does not say so. If they consider it because the posts are the same, only increased by the time.
And
then I
what
come.
is it? When is the date of examination?
That
That's
has not been
not-
notified.
Huh?
That not been notified.
Notify you, Lordship. I have to take
Not
instruction
been
of
notified.
whether,
What do you have to say on his request?
Lordship,
Why don't you consider his application?
you can consider his application in regarding the OM, your lordship, where age election is there.
All right, take it out. Then you are saved.
Lordship.
Heard Mr. S. Banik, Learned Counsel appearing for the writ petitioners. The petitioners herein had earlier applied for recruitment against the post of forest guard in terms of the advertisement notice dated 22/12/2016 issued by the department, forest
Right,
department,
forest.
is it? Full stop. However, the recruitment process did not go ahead. Full stop. Therefore, the authorities had clarified that no, go ahead, full stop. Subsequently, a fresh advertisement notice was issued on 24/5/2020, whereby it was provided that the candidates who had applied earlier, that is, in terms of the advertisement notice dated 22/12/2016, need not apply afresh. Full stop. Even on this occasion, the recruitment process did not materialize. Full stop. Subsequently, the posts of forest guards have been advertised for the third time by issuing notice dated 21/1/2023, whereby the authorities are seeking to fill up 1226 posts of forest guard. First up, Mr. Banik submits that as per the advertisement notice dated 22/12/2016, and so 21/1/2023 also says that then are
No,
people.
no, it does not say so.
And 24/5/2020, the candidates who had applied earlier need not apply afresh. First up. However, in the meantime, the petitioners have crossed the age limit as prescribed by the advertisement. First up, according to Mr. Banik, the office memorandum dated 4th of January 1992, issued by the Secretary to the Government of Assam, personnel bracket B bracket close department, permits relaxation of age for employment in government service up to 45 years, full stop. Since both the petitioners are yet to attain the age of 45 years, they have submitted applications before the respondent number
For respondent numbers. 2 and 3, your lordship.
2 and 3 for relaxation of their age. However, no order has been passed on the said applications. Hence, this writ petition. Full stop. It is also the submission of Mr. Banik that the date of the written test has not yet been notified. Full stop. Mr. R.R. Gogri, Standing Council, Forest Department, Assam submits that if an order is passed by this court, their application for relaxation of age will be considered in accordance with law. Full stop. I find from the record that the petitioner number 1
58,
had submitted representation dated
31.
31. There is no date in
And the seal is today.
Huh?
The seal down under.
Page 58.
Receipt 58 below.
Which page is the date?
58.
Page 58, down below. Your left hand side.
Acha, you did not mention the date in the application.
It appears so.
Submitted an application on 30, which was received by the authorities on 31/2023. First of 23 seeking age relaxation. Likewise, the petitioner number 2
64, 122023.
had also submitted an application seeking age relaxation, which was received by the authority on same day.
1, 2. There are two applications, two each, 30th of January and 2nd of February.
On
First of
31/2023, which was followed up
One
by another application submitted by him on 1/2/2023. However, it is the admitted position of fact that no order has been passed by the authorities on such application. First, whether the age of the petitioners deserve to be relaxed or not, and if so, to what extent, are matters for the authorities to decide in accordance with the provisions of the rule. Full stop. It is also in accordance with the rules. However, once the aspiring candidates have submitted such application and the rules provide for consideration of the same, the respondent authorities cannot sit over the matter so as to frustrate the prayer of the petitioner. Full stop. Petitioners. In view of the above, I dispose of this writ petition with a direction upon the respondent numbers 2 and 3 to take steps for disposal of the application filed by the petitioners by a speaking order on or before the date fixed for conduct of written examination for filling up the post of forest guard. As per advertisement notice dated 23/1/2023.
21.
Huh?
21.
21/1/2023. Mr. C.S. Hazarika, Learned Government Advocate Assam, is present on behalf of respondent numbers
1, 4 and 5.
1, 4, and 5. Writ petition stands disposed of.
May it please the Lord. Lord, the basic question here is whether the authority would have denied selection and appointment to the reserve quota for those physically handicapped persons. In 2014,
You are appearing in which item, Mr. Monty? Item,
16.
then you have to wait a little.
Oh, sorry. my lord.
This is item 15.
15, sorry.
May it pleases your lordship, madam. Madam, here, my lord, this I application is for impletement, my lord. Impleting the opposite party number 6, my lord. The,
Why?
my lord, para 6, I have stated, my lord, the contempt number 1, my lord, he, my lord, retired from service. A new incumbent has come, my lord. Para 6, my lord.
So where is the application, where is the representation demanding compliance of the order?
My lord,
You can withdraw and file again.
I application, my lord.
You have to first demand compliance, that's the law.
My lord.
Mr. Bikadas, learned counsel for the applicant seeks leave of this court to withdraw this application for impletement with liberty to file afresh after complying with the necessary procedural requirement. They are allowed. IS stands disposed of with liberty as. Yes.
Obvious.
Item 16.
So, my lord.
May be passed over for the time being. I'm appearing on behalf of Mr. D. Nath, Lordship. He's on legs in court number 8.
Now, what is this matter?
Matter relates to,
It will take some time.
sorry,
This will take some time. Will it take some time?
May, my lord.
Today will be difficult. I'll be rising early. I'm traveling.
I see.
Then you choose another date.
My lord, because this needs disposal, so.
Every matter needs that. To show me a
No,
case
that's-
which does not.
otherwise
need it.
also This is of 2016 matter,
That I understand.
yeah, and involving the appointment. They have denied selection and appointment to.
If the all learned members agree that no other matter will be taken up today, then I'm willing to.
I think that will be too
If
much.
they
on
agree,
my
I think they
part.
will agree. Yes, Mr. Bhattakur is Mr. Tiwari is smiling, so he's agreeable.
Nobody will agree. I want.
So, Lordship has taken the view of the house, so I'm out.
This is democracy. You see. We have to follow democratic norms everywhere.
Exactly.
Anyway, Mr. Mahanta, we understand, but I may have to rise early today because there is some travel,
Let me fix it.
official travel plan.
Yeah, no issue, my lord.
Mm.
I have waited so long, so I will wait for somebody. But
And
then-
when do you want it?
Next week, my lord.
Heard Mr. K.K. Mahanta, senior counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. Also heard Miss
MDB on behalf of Mr. D. Nath.
M. Devi, learned government counsel appearing for the respondents who raised for posting this matter again in the next week by expressing difficulty on behalf of the learned senior government advocate Assam who is appearing in this case. Since urgency has been expressed by Mr. Mohanto and considering the fact that this is an old matter, the registry is directed to list this case again in the next week as a fixed item.
As a fixed time. Obliged.
Item 17.
This will not take time, my lord. The problem is with the government, they have been taking time since 2018.
Lordship,
They have not filed affidavit.
within 3 weeks, we'll file an affidavit. We have received an instruction, Lordship.
Show us.
Lordship, I have it. Lordship, I have it.
Evidence.
Yes, Lordship. I'm
Show it
carrying
to him.
evidence, Lordship.
Show it to
Lordship, we'll have to
Mr.
file a detailed affidavit, Lordship.
Show it to Mr. Tiwari.
Very good, but please do it.
No, Lordship, I will do it. Lordship.
Last chance, they
Yes,
will do
Lordship.
it.
You are paying for whom?
Lordship for the finance department. Lordship.
And others?
I'm for respondent number 4, I will make private respondent.
And you?
I'm for respondent number 3.
UGC. All right. Had Mr. P.K. Tiwari, learned senior counsel listed by Mr. Who's
Air Gogoi.
Air Google and counsel appearing for the writ petition. Mr. H. Solia, learned standing counsel, finance department, Assam, submits that he has received written instruction and therefore be granted 3 weeks further time with last opportunity to file affidavit. Mr. M. Sharma, learned counsel for the private respondent, as well as Mr. V. Das, learned counsel appearing for the respondent number 3 bracket EBC are present. Full stop. Taking note of the request made by learned standing counsel, finance department, Assam, this matter stands adjourned for 4 weeks. the respond numbers,
One, Lordship, one.
the respond number 1 to file affidavit within 3 weeks by serving advance copy of the petitioner's counsel. Register to track the affidavit, if any, with the record of the.
My lord, in this case, pleadings are complete, case is ready for hearing, it's a seniority dispute, my lord, so anytime, my lord, admission hearing next month, if possible.
Mr. P.K. Tiwari, learned senior counsel appearing for the writ petitioner, and Mr.
Gogoi.
No. Who is the other side? And Mr. M.K. Chaudhary, learned senior counsel appearing for the respondent.
Responding 4, 5 and 8.
4, 5, and 6 submit that this matter is ready as regards pleadings and can be taken up for disposal at the stage of admission hearing. On the request of learned counsel for both the sides, we list this case again in the 3rd week of March 2023 as a fixed item for admission hearing.
Lordship, I appear for respond numbers 1 and 2.
Mr. D. Goyal, learned government advocate Assam, is present on behalf of respond numbers
1 and 2.
1 and 2. 18, I have already passed the order.
Next is the Lordship. Lordship, in this case, petitioner was engaged as an accredited engineer, Lordship, in the year 2010, Lordship, on 22/6/2010, Lordship. And thereafter, their service was extended day by day. And in the year 2018, Lordship, 24/1/2018, Lordship, his temporary service was he dismissed from service without giving him any opportunity of hearing why he was dismissed, Lordship. Page 32 is Lordship, impugn order, Lordship. Annexure 7, Lordship. Authority, but Lordship, second paragraph, whereas Sri Joydeep Nath Mazarbeya, accredited engineer of the Hailandi Development Block, has not followed the plan and estimate of the implementation of the scheme under 14th Finance Scheme as per progress of work leading of low quality of performance in Hailandi Development Block. Whereas the gross negligence and indiscipline of unbecoming any person engaged in contractual work of the state government and taking into cognizance of such conduct.
Yes, I have seen it, yes.
My lord, he is a contractual employee.
Huh?
The petition is a contractual employee.
Maybe, but then you have leveled allegations against him. You don't want him to explain.
My lord, if he has any cause of action against us, he can actually file a.
I'm setting aside this order and directing his reinstatement. You test it elsewhere.
My lord.
Yes. You are making allegations against him. That he is guilty of this, he is guilty of misconduct, negligence. You don't want him to even reply to this.
Then let us give an opportunity.
Huh?
Then please, my lord, give us an opportunity to reply.
Opportunity to reply.
Yes.
Lordship.
He is to reply, not you.
No. What I'm saying that we will also reply. To his,
There is nothing in this case. This is
what I'm saying is that, my lord, at page 13 of the petition, there is an order of contractual engagement. He's actually assigned to us as a contractual employee.
That is not the point, Mr. Devnath. Either you understand and feigning not to understand, or you are completely oblivious of the requirements of law. If you are terminating somebody's service or releasing him or dispensing with his service because he is guilty of some negligence, misconduct, you have to give him a chance to explain his conduct. That is the principles of natural justice that the administrative authorities will have to follow. You have not done it. We'll set it aside. You will have to reinstate him back. And then you want to proceed ahead. Again, you proceed.
Well, as a private employee, reinstating would be a difficult.
No, but what private employee? Why the deputy
My lord,
commissioner?
he is actually engaged in a contract engagement.
Huh?
At page 13, my lord will have a look at.
Hmm.
That is the actually order of.
Where is his order of appointment?
Page 13.
1-3.
1-3. He is not a government employee. He's not a government employee.
Then we'll obviously set it aside. If he's not a government employee, then how the deputy commissioner can terminate him? Is deputy commissioner authorized to terminate private employment?
My lord, what I'm actually trying to say is that he's actually as an employee on engagement.
Mr. Devnath, you make up your mind. What is the stand you want to take? I'm going to record it in the order. The order I'm proposing to pass just now, I'm going to record it.
What I'm saying is that, my
Is
lord,
he a government employee or a private employee?
he's
Make up your
actually an
mind.
employee on contractual engagement, my lord.
A contractual employee can be anything.
And as per law, my lord, he is actually, in case of termination,
Hmm.
any cause of action arises, he's actually entitled to actually file a case for damages. My lord.
Sorry?
There's a case, my lord. You can actually file it as either a case for damages or compensation, my lord.
Hmm.
But writ jurisdiction is not what is available to him. my lord.
Lordship, otherwise this matter is purely covered. This honorable court passed so many orders, Lordship. I have annexed 3 orders of this honorable court. Similarly, other candidates have already reinstated in the service by interference of this honorable.
Where is the order?
Page 37 onwards, Lordship. Same department, same termination order, Lordship. 38 with the operative part, Lordship.
Now, this is exactly what the learned judges held.
Yes, Lordship.
My lord, there is
Even in page 43, Lordship, 44, in another order, Lordship, this honorable court, Justice Michael has passed, Lordship. Everything was explained, Lordship, in this order. That is true and what print out in this. What is what?
Take down, heard Mr.
T.A. Chaudhary.
E.A. Chaudhary, E.A.
T.A. Lordship.
T.A. Chaudhary, learned counsel for the petitioner, also heard Mr. N.K. Devnath, learned standing counsel, PNRD, Department Assam, appearing for the respond numbers. Respond numbers,
my lord, 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
1, 3, 4, 5,
5.
and Mr. C.S. Hazarika, learned government advocate Assam, appearing for the respond numbers 2 and 6. First up. The order of termination from service dated 7/2/2018 issued by the Deputy Commissioner Hailakandi, that is the respondent number 2, is under challenge in this writ petition. First up. The petitioner herein was earlier appointed he was appointed as what?
Accredited engineer, Lordship.
Huh?
Yes, AE, Lordship, accredited engineer.
Appointed as accredited engineer
Yes.
under the and accredited engineer on contractual basis by the order dated 3/12/2010, and his services were placed under the administrative control of District Rural Development Agency, full stop. Although the appointment was contractual and temporary in nature, yet his services were extended from time to time. Eventually, by the impugn order dated 7/2/2018, the service of the petitioner was terminated by appointed as accredited engineer under the Hailakandi Development Block by order dated 3/12/2010 on contractual basis, and his services were placed on the above. Terminated by impugn order dated 7/2/2018. A perusal of the impugn order dated 7/2/2018 goes to show that the services of the petitioner was terminated by alleging some misconduct against him. First of, notwithstanding the same, neither any show cause notice was served upon him, nor was the petitioner given an opportunity of being heard in the matter. The authorities have tried to justify such a recourse by submitting that, being a contractual employee, he did not have any vested right in the matter, and since 1 month's salary was given to him in lieu of notice, there is no illegality in the process adopted by the department, full stop. Mr. T. A. Chaudhary has invited the attention of this court to the order dated 5/4/2019, passed in WPC number 4275/2018, as well as order dated 29/1/2021, passed in WPC number 1964/2020, to contend that similar order of termination in respect of similarly situated contractual employees have been set aside by this court, and reinstatement of those petitioners have been directed, full stop. The authorities have also complied with such order, full stop. Since the case of the petitioner is also similar, hence it is a covered case under the aforesaid judgment and order passed by this court, full stop. From a careful reading of the order dated 5/4/2019, as well as 29/1/2021, I find force in submission of Mr. Chaudhary, full stop. It is correct that the services of a contractual employee can be dispensed with if the same is found to be unsatisfactory, full stop. However, termination of his service must not only be in accordance with the terms of the contract, but also must comply with the principles of natural justice, full stop. Since misconduct has been imputed against the petitioner, the order of termination dated 7/2/2018 on the face of it was stigmatic, full stop. Under the circumstances, the respondent number 2 ought to have given him an opportunity to explain his conduct before issuing the order of termination, full stop. However, the same has not been done in this case, full stop. Therefore, the order of termination dated 7/2/2018, having been issued in flagrant violation of the principles of natural justice, is held to be unsustainable in law. The impugn order is accordingly set aside. The respondents are directed to reinstate the petitioner within 7 days from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this order. Upon his reinstatement as such, it will be open for the departmental authority to proceed against him, if so advised, by following the due process of law. Insofar as claim for back wages is concerned, This court is not inclined to make any observation in that regard, save and except providing that it will be open to the petitioner to initiate appropriate proceeding in that regard, if so advised. Writ petition stands disposed of. Yes.
In this case, just one observation, if it can be done. DC has passed this order, but this was done in pursuance of the order of the Commissioner, PNRD Department.
We're not going to, whoever is passed the order.
One, my lord, there's one thing I would like to make a suggestion on. Reinstate would be a difficulty. The reason being is that
Sorry?
it's a long back order, man. It's a reinstate would be a difficulty because it's an engagement, conditional engagement.
No, can't help it, can't help it. We'll have to go by the rule of law. Reinstate him wherever you want. The order was illegal. Why did you pass this order then?
Then that may be reinstating waiver.
Huh?
Then
No, you do your thing. These are absolute abject illegal orders. Abject, this is just nothing but multiplication of litigations. If there is a misconduct against him, there are umpteen number of judgments. We will set aside, come down heavily, let the deputy commissioner figure out what he wants to do. Advise him. We are not getting involved in that. We advise him. There are lawyers to advise. Our job is not to advise him. But these are harassment. What about this man? What about this man? You can't do it. See, I don't want to lecture on anything, but it's time our growing bar should understand.
Item number 20. This is item number 19 which your lordship has delivered.
I filed the affidavit, lordship, additional affidavit, I placed it on record.
You please, Mr. T.H. Chaudhary, learned counsel.
Already placed, lordship.
Huh?
Already placed.
Maybe it's not with us, otherwise that I was about to argue that the thematic portion of the order is not there, lordship. Item number 44 is just the order of the DC.
So item 20, you write, heard Mr. T.H. Chaudhary, learned counsel for the petitioner, also heard Mr. N.K. Devna, Standing Council, Panchayat and Rural Development Department, Assam, as well as Mr. C.S. Hazarika, who submits that copy of the additional affidavit dated. What is the date of the additional affidavit? On the prayer of Mr. T.H. Chaudhary, this matter stands adjourned for 4 days. Yes, next matter.
Lordship, like my senior is on next.
On
Thank
the
you.
prayer of petitioners council, this matter stands adjourned for 2 weeks. Yes.
Oblige, sir.
May I please, your lordship, earlier represented the opposite side seeking time to file an affidavit in opposition, yet they are not filed affidavit. in
In this matter, I have received instruction, lordship, I will file affidavit.
You are for whom?
Finance department, lordship.
How much time?
Lordship, will grant me 3 weeks, lordship.
The
I have-
petitioner's counsel is present, Mr. P. Nayak, Learned Standing Council, Finance Department. Assam submits that he has received instruction in this matter and therefore be granted 3 weeks time to file affidavit. Ms. M. Kotaki, Learned Standing Council, Agriculture Department. Assam.
Animal husbandry and
Animal
veterinary.
Husbandry and Veterinary Department, Assam. You also want to find affidavit?
No, I've already filed my affidavit.
Submits that affidavit on behalf of the department is already on record. Since Miss, your name,
A.
please?
Begum.
A. Begum has expressed urgency in the matter. Let this case be listed again after 4 weeks. In the meantime, parties to exchange pleading.
Please, item 23 and 24.
Lordship, this matter we need some more time to obtain instruction, lordship. It's regarding implementation of laws for the notification at 3/10/2019.
Page 48, my lord, paragraph 4, there's some rights have been provided by the OM, my lord, that have been given. Some policies, like health policy, insurance policy, my lord, they have to provide, they have not provided it.
So you want time?
Yes, some more time, lordship.
Heard Mr. B. Prakash, the Learned Counsel for the petitioner, also heard Mr. R. Gogol, Learned Standing Counsel. Forest Department?
For PHA,
PH
lordship.
Department, Assam, who prays for and is granted 4 weeks further time as last chance to obtain instruction and file affidavit. Is the matter accordingly?
Oblige.
Item 25.
Well, this is also same. The Lordship has just passed the order in item 19.
Hmm.
My lord, there is a stigmatic, my lord, order. In fact, what they did,
Hmm.
they had, my lord, issued the show cause.
But now that they have left, the departmental council has left. He doesn't want another order now.
And he has come.
Which page is the order?
Yes, order your lordship will find at page 23. My lord, there are allegations of, my lord, preparation of false master roll, my lord. My lord, in fact, here what has happened? The show cause was issued, my lord. And I replied to the show cause. Now your lordship will see page 23. There is no whisper in respect of the show cause. So this is also, my lord, amounting to violate the principles of nature justice.
Page number?
23, my lord. This is the order passed by the commissioner, PNRD.
So in the show cause, these things were mentioned.
Yes, my lord, if your lordship comes to page 20. Page 20, your lordship will come. My lord, this is the reply of the show cause. And show cause is at page 19, my lord. Exactly, my lord, the same figure has been indicated in the show cause. Page 19 is the show cause. 1,85,472. Hmm. I have prepared a false master roll for an amount of so and so.
So is there any criminal case?
Yes, no criminal case registered.
This is also gone, Mr. Devnath.
Page 20, your lordship will see, my lord, they have received under seal and signature the show cause. Page 20.
Hmm.
Reply.
Then how has the reply been dealt with?
My lord, if your lordship comes to page 20, I'll read it out, my lord. That, sir, the allegations of preparation of false master roll worker so and so amounting to so and so in respect of the implementation of scheme, namely repairing of road come bun so and so road to so and so false, as I am not the sole authorized person for preparation of the master roll, and as per guidelines formulated in this respect, I have only assisted Gram Panchayat in execution of the schemes under MNREGA at the GP level. In the GP level, the concerned Panchayat represents acting a vital role in execution of so and so. Moreover, there is a village monitoring committee constituted by the local people, including the representatives who monitored the entire scheme and never found any irregularities in completion of the said scheme. Your lordship may thereafter skip this one and come to para 5, my lord. That, sir, after sanctioning of the respective schemes and receipt of demands from the concerned job card holders, I, being Gram Rozgar Sahaya, submitted those demands to the block development officer of Vinnakandi Development Block as per the guidelines of MNREGA. Thereafter, the master rolls were generated in the departmental computer system, following which the job card holders started their works. During the work period, I used to visit the site every day and properly maintain the roll. And after completion, submitted the master roll to the concerned BDO for necessary payment as per procedure and guidelines. After maintaining all the formalities, the amount for wages gets transferred to the bank accounts of the concerned job card holders, which is the exclusive function of the BDO, and I have no role to play. So I have nothing to do, my lord. I only inspect. And they say, my lord, that I have prepared false master.
But you have been given a show cause.
I have been given a show cause.
We'll take it up on Thursday.
My lord.
Let him respond, whatever he wants. I heard Mr. S.K. Collector and counsel for the petition. Also heard Mr. Nkademi and standing counsel PNRD Assam appearing for the state. Let this matter be listed again on 16th to 2023 for admission as a fixed item.
Oblige. Deeply.
Oblige.
Item 28.
May it please, your lordship. That's why I pray for fixing this matter in the first week of March.
Mr. A. Das, learned counsel for the petitioner, and Mr. A. Chakravarti, learned government advisor Assam are present. On the request of learned counsel for both the sides, this matter is directed to be listed again in the first week. Third week of March.
Yes, oblige.
Already.
2023, yes.
Item 21.
May I please, your lordship?
Well, petitioner before lordship, Central Industrial Security Force and serving as an inspector in executive branch. Well, while
You are not present on the last date.
sorry, yes. I could not appear.
Who is for the respondent here?
Well, CJC.
Is not present. Heard Mr. K. Raman, counsel for the petitioner. However, Mr. K. Gogoi, CGC is not present, although his name has been shown in the cause list. As such, this matter cannot be taken up for admission hearing today. Registry to list this case, therefore, registry to list this case again after 2 weeks. On the next date, also, if the lineage CGC remains absent, this court will proceed with the matter and decide the writ petition ex parte.
Obliged.
Item 32. May it please your lordship. My lord, petitioner name has been recommended by the minutes of the meeting, my lord. Until date, my lord, finance has, taxation department have not filed their affidavit, my lord.
Madam, I'm appealing on behalf of Mr. B. Gogoi, my lord. He's on legs in another court, my lord. My lord, I pray for 2 weeks' time to file an affidavit, my lord.
Last chance.
Yes, my lord.
Heard Miss R.S. Devi and counsel appearing to the petitioner. Also heard Miss
R. Burwa, my lord.
R. Borwal and counsel appearing for the respondent authorities. Who prays for and is granted 2 weeks further time and last chance to file affidavit.
Yes, on
Let
behalf
the matter-
of my Mr. B. Gogoi, my lord.
On behalf of Mr. B. Gogoi, Leonard SC, Finance and Taxation Department, Assam, prays for and is granted 2 weeks further time as last chance to file affidavit.
Alleged privilege.
Item 33.
May I please your lordship? I'm associating item number 31 was in the lake law.
Yes, 2 weeks, after 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks. Obliged.
May I please, your lordship? On the last occasion, your lordship, the respondent authorities have took time to file an affidavit in opposition, your lordship.
Who is for the respondent? Mr. Gogoi, are you appearing in this case? Item 33.
I am not there, lordship. RPS. RPS? No.
Dismissal from the service.
Affidavit has not been filed.
No, your lordship, after 2 weeks, lordship, I will inform.
Your name, please?
R. Dash, your lordship.
R.
Dash.
Mr. R. Das, learned counsel for the petitioner is present. The learned CGC prays for 3 weeks further time to obtain instruction file. Prayer, use the matter accordingly.
Hi, Lord.
Item number 31, lordship, my presence may be.
I will look at Mr. K. Gogoi, learned CGC prays for some time to prepare and argue the matter. In view of the above, this writ petition stands adjourned for 2 weeks. If he is absent,
Item number 34, lordship, affidavit is ready and sent for vetting, lordship.
Mr.
M. Rana.
M.
M. Rana.
M. Rana is present, learned counsel is present on the petitioner. Mr. A. Chakravarti, learned government advocate Assam submits that affidavit on behalf of the department is ready and shall be brought on record within a week by serving advance copy upon the petitioner's counsel. In view of the above, let this matter be listed again after 3 weeks by tagging the affidavit, if any, filed by the respondent with the record of this case. Petitioner would be at liberty to find rejoinder affidavit if so advised.
Supplementary list for admission item.
The government advocate was directed to bring some instructions regarding reservation, promotion granted to persons with disabilities in the post.
One of the minutes of the meetings I have got, just I'm taking the printout. But our total cadre strength is 756. 30% of that 227 is earmarked for promotion.
Yes.
227 is earmarked for promotion.
Yes.
And under PWD category, 3 persons were promoted. The petitioners were promoted on merit, not on reservation.
No, that's correct. So if you take 4% of, or at least under the statute, it is 3%.
3%.
So 3% of 227 would be 7 posts approximately.
Lordship.
Therefore, there are 4 backlog vacancies.
Well, this minute is of December 2022. As on that day, the vacancies were there.
Mhm.
And considering that vacancy and the person available, they have considered one person for PWD. Lord.
No, Mr. Nath,
Lordship.
Mr. Nath, please
Lordship.
understand the query.
Lordship.
These are like mathematics.
Yes, Lord.
You know what is the exact number in the cadre, what is the apportionment for the promotion, what is the apportionment for the direct recruitment, you know that.
Yes, yes.
Now, there is a statute, 1985 Act. To give effect to it, there has been further amendment and further modification by the state notification. It now makes it 4%,
Lordship.
correct?
Lordship.
So you forget 4%, let's take it as 3%. That is the minimum. Because
Minimum.
that is what the statute says.
Yes.
Is
Lordship,
it-
may I interrupt? It's 4% about under the right to persons with disabilities at 2016 Act. We come under the 16 Act. It's
Right,
4%.
4%. So if it is 4%, then the total cadre strength is 227 for the promotees.
Promotees.
At least 8 posts have to be filled up by
Lordship.
PWD candidates, right? You say 3 vacancies have been filled up by that category.
Yes, Lord. As per the minors, this copies, Lord, I could not just.
No, that's all right.
Lordship.
Let us solve the problem.
True, Lord.
It's not, the idea is not to come up with a hammer.
Lordship.
Idea is to solve the problem.
True, Lord.
So therefore, at least 5 backlog vacancies are there. If you disagree, then tell us. If you agree, then the government will have to do it.
But how they have dealt, just I just would like to go through the minutes, because in the minutes they have reflected. Just give me 1 day time, Lord. I'll just go through the minutes.
Yes,
Well, you can't press like this. We
No,
are
no,
trying
let
to
them
solve
file-
it.
no, What I'm trying to submit is that let them file a detailed affidavit enclosing it so that even I can have
All right.
an opportunity. of-
We'll give you 10 days time.
Lord.
Consult the department.
True, Lord.
Heard Ms. D. Borgoy, Learned Counsel appearing for the writ petitioners in this batch of writ petitions. Batch, no, how many? Two.
Two
In
writ
both these writ
petitions.
petitions. Also heard Mr. D. Nath, Learned Senior Government Advocate Assam, appearing for the state, who submits that in terms of the order dated 8/2/2023 passed by this court, he has received some instruction in the electronic form. First of, according to the instruction, there are 756 numbers of posts of
Assistant engineer.
assistant engineer
Lordship.
in the PWD
PWD.
department,
Lordship.
Assam.
Assistant engineer civil. And 30% of that 227 is to be filled up by promotion.
Out of which 30%, that is 227 posts are to be filled up by promotion.
Lordship.
First up, Mr. Nath submits that although there is no disagreement about the fact that 4% posts are to be filled up by promoting PWD category candidates, yet some more time is required to work out the backlog vacancy in the PWD category, if there is any. Full stop. The learned government advocate therefore prays for 10 days time to file a detailed affidavit indicating the following aspects. Number 1. How many vacancies in the promotional quota pertaining to assistant engineers, civil, bracket close, has been filled up by promoting candidates belonging to PWD, physically, what is it, PWD? Is it persons with
benchmark
disability.
disabilities.
Persons with benchmark disability, bracket of PWD category, full stop. Is there any backlog vacancy in the aforesaid category? And if so, number 3, how does the department proposes to fill up the backlog vacancies? First up, the additional affidavit be filed after serving advance copy upon the petitioner's counsel. Let this matter be listed again after 3 weeks as a fixed item. It is made clear that pendency of this weak petition should not be a bar for the authorities to take appropriate steps in the matter in accordance with law for implementation of the mandate pertaining to reserve category posts pertaining to filling up of reserve category posts under the PWD category. Yes.
For orders, I was 35 and 36.
Lots of this review petition has been filed against the order dated 21/9/2015, passed in 3894 lawsuit. Contempt case is analogous lawsuit. Lordship, our understanding was that we have complied with the order passed by the Honorable Court, Lordship. Accordingly, a speaking order was also passed. But Lordship, recently, Lordship, on 6/12/2021, Lordship, in contempt case 589/2016, which is analogous, Lordship, one order was passed by the Honorable Court that if the respondents are of the view that the said conclusion in WPC number so and so is incorrect, in the facts and circumstances of the case, the remedy would lie elsewhere, Lordship. Lordship, thereafter, we have filed a review petition, Lordship.
Review against whose order?
It was order dated 21/9/2015, passed in 3894, Lordship.
Where is the review petition?
Page 155. But we kindly see the order passed in the WPC operating portion is just page 160, Lordship.
Order is dated 21/9/2015.
Yes, Lordship. Page 160 is the operating.
No, I have not understood. They are alleging violation of this order.
Yes, Lordship. One
What
contempt
was the
case
direction here?
at page 160, Lordship, of the review petition, Lordship. Last paragraph, Lordship. In the light of the above, considering the materials on record, the court is of the unhesitant view that the petitioners have made out a case for regularization of their service as part of their one-time measures as per the para 53 of my judgment as explained in the MLK study. The ratio of the decision in Nihalsing would also be applicable in the case of the petitioner. Therefore, it would be the duty of the PWD to submit proposal before the Finance Department, Government of Assam, for its sanction in terms of OM dated 27/6/2013 for the regulation of service of the petitioner, ordered accordingly. Lordship, this was the order, Lordship.
So what has
Lordship,
happened?
we'll see at
PWD has
page-
submitted proposal.
No, page 183 were Lordship, after submitting the proposal, Lordship. At 183 is the speaking order, Lordship. It is passed by the Commissioner and Secretary, Public Works Department, Lordship. There the order was passed that after careful consideration of all aspects, the Governor of Assam is pleased to say that the service of Sri Shailendra Kumar Bora and 22 other petitioners in WPT number so and so cannot be regularized at this stage for the non-fulfillment of criteria number 3 of the OM number so and so dated 27/6/2013 and standing Guwahati Honorable High Court order judgment passed order dated 8/6/2017, passed in writ appeal number 45 of 2014.
So where is the contempt?
My lord, in fact, the direction of this honorable court to my lord, regularize the service of the my lord petitioner and to submit the proposal for such regularization. My lord, the order, my lord, which my learned friend has just now 2019 order. That was not the directions of the my lord of this honorable court. And they have, my lord, passed that order, my lord, in violation.
No, but why have you filed review?
Lordship, it is because of that order, Lordship. Lordship, may kindly see the order dated 6/12/2021 in the contempt case, Lordship.
Review is my lord.
And where is the order dated 8/6/2017? In retapil number 45 of 2014?
That order here has not been, that is State versus Upendas, Lordship. They are the division bench of our High Court held that they are, for whatever reason, if somebody has been late, Lordship, they cannot be regularized anymore, Lordship. That was the judgment, Lord.
So what is to be done today?
My lord, in the review, my lord, notice has not yet been issued, my lord.
Lordship,
And, my lord, that was the, my lord, and one more submission that the review has sought for, my lord, in the order passed in 2015, my lord. After more than, my lord, 8 years. So that, my lord, limitation part may be kept open, my lord.
In that regard, Lordship, we have filed one affidavit also, additional affidavit that has been filed. Otherwise, it's a.
What review? You go for an appeal if you want, but review, what is there to review here?
Lordship, in the contempt, Lordship, I would like to place one judgment on the Lordship. If your Lordship think Lordship may close it also.
What is it? Tell me. Tell me what is it? Before giving it, you tell me.
Lordship, Judge. Yes, Lordship, here it has been held by the Honorable Supreme Court that if in terms of the court's order, Lordship, authority has passed one order, Lordship. That may be right or wrong, Lordship. That there should not contempt case should not be.
No, it can't be. Whether it is a deliberate or bona fide exercise, we'll have to
Yes,
ascertain it.
that is clear, Lord.
Then the learned judges said that they have made out a case for regularization.
Yes,
Therefore, finance should be approached with a proposal.
Yes.
Meaning thereby there is only a question of budgetary requirement now.
no, their Lordship, Learned single judge was relying upon that particular OM dated 27/6/2013, Lordship.
No,
There are certain
I
conditions
understand,
were
Mr.
there.
Nayak, but
Yes,
it is a order passed, this order of 21st January. This is almost an appellate order over the judgment of the learned single judge. Then that order you have to get it from the court. These are your arguments.
Lordship.
These are your
That
arguments.
OM was not properly placed before the Honorable Court, Lordship.
Maybe.
That is one, Lordship. And at that point of time, Lordship, the judgment of the Supreme Court was also there, Lordship, wherein it was specifically directed that no High Court shall pass any order for regularization of any employee. That was specifically, that was not placed before the court, Lordship.
Achha, then this matter will require some examination, Mr. Sharma. We'll issue notice in the review petition.
I have not received copy, my lord.
All right. And the review petition, you heard Mr. P. Nayak, counsel appearing for the review petitioner. Peruse the grounds taken in the review petition. Issue notice returnable in 4 weeks. Mr. R. Sharma, Learned counsel appears and accepts notice on behalf of all the respondents. As such, no formal notice is required to be sent in this case. A copy of the review petition be furnished to Mr. Sharma. Let this matter be listed along with the connected contempt case. Again, after 4 weeks. If we find that the order was passed despite a stay order by the Supreme Court, then it cannot be implemented. Maybe it was not placed before the learned
One
judge.
line judgment, Lordship. If your Lordship allows me, I can read it
No,
out.
but today we will not
Lordship.
pass that order.
My lord, that limitation may be kept open, my lord, that in the review, my lord.
Review what limitation?
But
No, you also don't give up. You give a fight.
Yes,
Let them also will decide.
along
Lordship,
with
till the disposal of the review petition, operation of the
No, no,
order
no,
may
my
be
lord,
stayed,
that my
Lordship.
lord.
Otherwise, contempt is Lordship.
No, my lord.
We'll see. Let it come up. Let it come up. Notice has been issued.
It will
That
get-
order is of 2015. You have not
Yes,
implemented for 8 weeks, 8 years.
No, we
What,
have passed
what
the-
will change in next 4 years? 4
No,
weeks.
We have passed the staking order in 2019 itself, Lordship.
That's all right. According to you, you have complied with the order.
Lordship.
So, is there any personal appearance?
No.
Then you wait.
Obliged.
Not now.
Okay.
Item 37 and 38.
May please, your lordship. My lord, earlier these contempt petitions were listed for hearing in the party list, my lord. Subsequently, my lord, my respondent number 1 has been transferred. But my lord, in the item number 37, my lord, we could not file, my lord, implement petition because on several call, my lord, they are not coming, my lord. In item number 38, we have, my lord, filed the implement petition that was also allowed. But notice has been issued, but that was not served, neither notice has been served, nor my lord, AD has been returned, my lord, as per office note, my lord. So my lord, we may be allowed to take first steps in item number 38, my lord.
Item number 38. What order is required in item 37?
37, my lord, the matter may proceed against my lord earlier respondents, my lord, because it was earlier in the hearing list, my lord.
All right, Mr. UK Das, learned counsel for the petitioner submit that this matter was in the final, original hearing list,
My lord.
and therefore be directed to be listed in the part 2 list for hearing.
My lord, may not be part 2 in any hearing day, it may be listed, my lord.
On the request of Mr. Das, both these matters stands adjourned for 4 weeks. In the meantime, the petitioner's counsel may take step for service of notice upon any of the respondents in accordance with law if so advised.
My lord, in item.
All right, next matter. These are tag matters. Why are you unnecessarily wasting time? You have to serve notice. You can't decide, okay, they are not available, so proceed against them.
No, my
Is
lord.
it a matrimonial alliance that you are
No,
going
my
for?
lord, without serving notice, my lord.
Without serving, if it is not maintainable, we'll close it. What
No,
can
my
be
lord,
done?
item number 38, my lord.
Yes,
I may be allowed to take first steps, my lord, against.
that's the
respondent
order
number 4.
passed. You take first steps.
Against respondent number 4, my lord.
You take against whoever you want. It's a contempt matter. The person has to be there, or either if he is there, he is there. If he is not there, then the court may have to close it. You find out what are the other ways. You are asking for advice.
No, my lord, I am.
Come to the chamber
actually,
then.
I have to file my lord implement petition, but they are not coming, my
So
lord.
when you do not file impeachment petition, what is the way out?
My lord.
Are you asking for advice from the
No, no.
court? If you are asking for advice, tell me.
Sorry, my lord.
Otherwise, there are ways and means, do it.
My lord.
The contempt matter is a serious matter. You can't say that, oh, I tried, I didn't get it, do something else. That kind of a casual submission is not acceptable.
My lord. God bless you.
Yes, yes.
My lord, the order dated, my lord, lordship will find at page 17.
Page
17. And operative part, my lord, page 18. This order has not been, my lord, complied till date, my lord. Page 18, my lord, last paragraph. In view of the contention of the parties, this petition is disposed of with the direction to the respondent number 4 to place the petitioner's application before the DLC Dubri for consideration in the next DLC meeting, if not considered earlier. The DLC shall consider the petitioner's application, keeping in mind the guidelines laid down by the government and the guidelines laid down in the Achut Ranjan Dar, so and so, reported so
So
and so.
this is the order of 2017.
Yes.
Yes, Lordship, presently, Lordship, I am not holding the post of Deputy Commissioner, Lordship. I have been transferred to Lordship as a Director of Agriculture, Lordship. Now, the post of this Deputy Commissioner,
When were you transferred?
Lordship, I have been transferred on January 2021.
This order is of 2017.
Yes, Your Lordship.
So for 4 years, you did not, this keeps on happening. How many times the people will file impeachment petition?
So, Lordship, I joined as a Deputy Commissioner on
So
17th
this,
October.
it is surprising that
Yes.
nobody in the bar is taking up this point. Otherwise, we could have passed a judicial order. If you are transferred more than 60 days after the order, you cannot escape liability.
Lordship, after this judgment of this honorable court, there was a minor held that at that time, Lordship, DLC was held, Lordship, on Lordship 10/4/2017. At that time, the post of Deputy Commissioner was holding by Sri Dhiraj Choudhury, Lordship. Maybe this case, Lordship, was not in my knowledge. Maybe, Lordship. The subsequent DLC, which was set during my tenure, Lordship, I have to go through it, Lordship. Otherwise,
For the incumbent, Mr. Dhiraj Choudhury, at that point of time, I appeared for him, Malad. On behalf of Mr. Dhiraj Choudhury, an affidavit has been filed by us that after the honorable court order, it was placed before the DLC on 10/4/2017. Affidavit has been filed to that effect. But on 10/4/2017, his case could not be considered because the project director has not given us the vacancy position in the permit. It was in a defective format. That is why it was placed, but it could not be considered, and the project director was requested to place it, provide the proper format showing the vacancy, so that it can be placed in the next DLC. But after that, Mr. Dhiraj Chaudhary, he got transferred. Thereafter, the progress I have known. To that effect, we have filed the FRF.
You take your time, but all appointments in which district is this?
Dhubri district.
Dhubri district, on the recommendation of DLC will be suspended until further orders.
So
First you clear your backlog and then we'll see.
the department concerned, but the DC is the chairman of the DLC. He doesn't have the knowledge of the vacancy position of that particular department. This is a PNRD.
Who was the project director then?
Well, project director is not a party here. Only the chairman cannot consider. My lord. The Purobik core long back C is not there, my lord. Long back C, Dhiraj Chaudhary and Purobik core were at that time in 2017, my lord.
That's the time when the order was passed.
Yes, it was considered, in fact, on 10/4. Order was on 30th of January 2017. Case was placed on 10th of April. But because of the vacancy position and all this.
So now nothing can be done. All appointments will be closed.
Has to be done, but the department.
Mr. Nath, you tell us next week what you want to do. The order I am passing, I'll dictate it today. All appointments in Dhubri district pursuant to DLC's recommendation will be suspended. On 16, let this matter be posted. What do you want to do, you do, but just today I'm in a little bit of a hurry. We'll suspend all appointments because this DLC, SLC business, we know what is going on. People are running from pillar to post. Orders of the court, 5 years, 6 years old, are not being complied with. These poor people are asked to, so-and-so is transferred, implead him, again implead him. What is going on?
I think I'll get the instruction from the present DC.
What
I
is
think
going
by
on?
this time possibly this has been considered because April 2017 and now 4 or 5 years.
So as to enable Mr. D. Nath, learned counsel appearing for the respond number.
But he is no longer in the case because in his place he has
Mr.
come.
D. Nath, learned counsel to obtain specific instruction and appraise this court as to whether the case of the petitioner was considered by the DLC Dhubri, and if not, who is responsible for the omission? Mr.
D. Sharma.
D. Sharma, learned counsel is present on behalf of
Anantalal Gyani, content new.
copy number, respondent number.
Respondent number 1.
Will not accept all this on this argument that so everybody is transferred every 6 months, 8 months, 1 year. How many times people will file impleadment
Copy
application?
of the order. That may be sent.
Copy of the order is available in the internet. No, you tell them, these are not to you. These are not meant for you. You tell them what is happening.
I'll definitely take up. I'll take up.
Otherwise, this is all becoming a farce.
No, order of the court has to be. I'll take up.
Lordship, in this matter, petitioner N.K. Murray for certain agency is out of
On the
station.
prayer of learned counsel for the petitioner, this matter stands adjourned for.
Retable has been preferred. Retable has been preferred. Retable is admitted. Retable number 138 of 2022.
Mr. D. Nath submits that retapil bearing number
138 of 2022.
138 of 2022 preferred against the order of the learned single judge has already been admitted. And the same is pending disposal before the court. Be that as it may, since the petitioner's counsel is praying for time, this matter stands adjourned for 4 weeks, awaiting further order from the division bench. Mr. S. Datta, learned counsel is present on behalf of.
Respondent number 1.
What is your name?
S. Bora.
S. Bora, 6 adjournment. Start koribo. Yes.
Okay.
You are supposed to file an affidavit, Your Office. This has been pending since.
We have not received instructions, so kindly allow 1 week's time maybe file.
What is this matter?
Matter, Your Worship, a small matter, Your Worship. What has happened, Your Worship, when warning has been issued to this petitioner, Your Worship, who is a professor of Assam Agricultural University, Your Worship, and by the Dean, Your Worship, who is not the competent authority, Your Worship, that too without any so-called anything, Your Worship, and that was directly has to be put in his personal file, your lordship. The petitioner's apprehension is that, your lordship, after putting this as a personal file, it will amount a minor penalty, your lordship. And it may have effect on his, your lordship, future promotions, etc., your lordship. That's why we came before this honorable court. They are taking time.
This is a matter of 2021.
Yes, my lordship, we have asked for the para-wise comment, but they have not sent us.
That means they have nothing to say.
So kindly allow for further 10 days to work with.
Last chance.
Lords.
Heard Mr. S. Bhattacharya, learned counsel for the petitioner. Also heard Ms. A. Begum, learned
Are with me.
R. Begum, learned counsel appearing for the respondents, who prays for 10 days further time as last chance to obtain instruction, file affidavit. Prayer is allowed as a last chance. Last chance report na lage, to prayer is allowed as a last chance. Just to let this writ petition be listed again after 3 weeks as a fixed item. If no affidavit is brought on record in the meantime, this writ petition will be taken up for disposal on the basis of materials already available in the.
Obliged.
Deeply obliged.
For declaration of the result, my lord. For declaration of the result, pursuant to the advertisement dated 29/11/2021.
Declaration of result of what? Declaration of results of what?
Results of the appointment for the post of sweeper, my lord.
This similar matter, an order was passed by this honorable court on case number 3394/2018. The matter is that this appointment has been kept in abeyance by the Ministry of Finance. We are only the management body. So I would like to check this previous order, the things which has been considered by this honorable court. And the order was passed on 3rd of June 2022.
You have Ministry of Finance, Government of India.
Yes, Government of India, Minister of Finance. So everything can be decided by the Ministry of Finance only. If they,
Not the court.
no, not by us, it's the management body. If they could have included as party this Ministry of Finance, then they would have replied.
You obtain instruction and seek implement of the Secretary, Ministry of Finance.
Yes.
All right, heard Mr.
S. Islam.
S. Islam, learned counsel for the petitioner. Also heard
S.
Ms.
Chakraborty,
S. Chakraborty, learned counsel appearing for the
Indian Bank, all respondents.
respondents who submits that the process of appointment has been withheld under the instruction of the Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and therefore, unless a clearance is received from the appropriate authority, the results of the selection process cannot be declared. First up, at this stage, Mr. S. Islam, learned counsel, prays for 2 weeks' time to obtain instruction, and if necessary, seek implement of the Secretary, Government of India, Ministry of Finance, New Delhi, as a party respondent in this case. Let the matter be listed accordingly. Yes.
Highly obliged.
Lordship, I am appearing on behalf of Mr. H. Amwa. The order of this honorable court is complied with, Lordship. Kindly give us 2 weeks times to file our affidavit.
Order has been complied with.
Yes, Lordship.
But we may not.
What is the order? Where is the order?
Order is in page, your lordship. 9, your lordship. They have terminated without following the due process of law, not giving him a fair chance to appear and being heard. Your lordship. Please,
So petitioner has been reinstated.
not yet. Ma'am.
Okay, I'll record her submission and you give them 3 weeks time. You are Mr.
You say, yes.
Mr. Usikal and counsel is present on behalf of the petitioner. Miss
J. Gayan.
J. Gayan.
Yes, Lordship.
Learned counsel has appeared for the respondent. And
2 and
submit.
3.
Huh?
Respondent number 2 and 3.
Respondent numbers 2 and 3 and submit that the order dated 22/8/2019 passed by this court in WPC number 129/2017 has already been complied with, and therefore she will be granted 3 weeks time to place the relevant documents on record in support of her above submission. First of prayer allowed Mr. UC Sharma to also Saika to also obtain instruction from his client and appraise this court. Let the matter be listed again after 3 weeks.
Duly obliged.
May please your lordship. Order dated 8/6/2022, operative person, case number 22. Honorable Court had directed to pay area salary and closure due. Service completed. Service already completed.
Who is for the government is Mr. Sharma? What is it? Contempt case, they say service completed. Respond numbers 1, 2 and 3, service completed. We have no option but to direct personal appearance then.
Secretary.
Huh?
In the contempt cases, lordship, we cannot appear, but if the service is complete in that case, lordship, your lordship appear, but Secretary Industry Department. Askun appear. Anjan Golita. May I, Anjan Golita is appearing for Industry Department. May I call lordship? What is lordship? Just now I'm calling him.
Just wait for some time.
Item 49.
My lord, this is for amendment. My lord, amendment of the.
Amendment of the
Response number 1. Actually, as per order dated 5/8/19. No, my lord, 8/11/2021.
amendment of respond number 1. What amendment you want to make in
Ma-
respond number 1?
My lord, the
You know the implication of what?
respondent
Listen,
number 1
listen.
is holding several department.
Please
But-
please listen. You want to make amendment in respond number 1.
One.
Go and make amendment to him. What can we do? What amendment you want to make? You want to break his leg and
My lord, actually, in the main petition, it is respondent was holding several department. But I am claiming for only one department, that is employment, crafts and training department. Actually, that was correct, but submission made by standing council for the industry, that is 8/11/2001 in the main petition, that the major defect.
you want to make an amendment in the petition or amendment on the respondent? If you want to
Petition, petition,
No, why you have not mentioned it?
petition, my lord.
Where have you said it?
11,
Where have you said it?
my lord, that is mistake. Amendment.
Mistake, then you correct it.
Amendment. Petition.
How can we pass an order to amend somebody? Dangerous proposition.
Amendment of the petition.
There is no such prayer.
Actually, we have not served with a copy.
But don't amend him. He'll be in trouble. You will go and say the court has said I can amend you, so let me amend you something. No. No, but is it, I have not understood anything what he is asking for. What is he asking for? Could you understand?
No, to impede.
Department is, a directorate is craftsman and training. But the respondent wanted the commissioner and secretary holding several departments, that is industry, transport, skill development. And that was correct. But as per the London Council for the Industry, submitted, that was not.
The commissioner.
There are-
and
there are
secretary was not
several
made-
defects.
Commissioner and secretary was not made a party to that petition, Lordship. Only director was made party to that petition.
Directing industries, right?
Mr. Kolika, are we appearing in this case?
So Lordship, that's what I mean, from industries,
I have not just understood what is he asking for.
What I could understood like.
Normally what happens is when you don't understand what the council is saying, we rely on the application. But here he wants to make an amendment on the person.
Responding number.
That is shocking. He doesn't want an amendment of the petition or application. He wants to amend the respondent himself. So what to do? Why is he using the term amendment? Is he wants implement?
He wants implement actually.
Then why is he using amendment?
He has written amendment, but it should be
You
implemented.
want implement?
Implement.
Why
Not,
have you-
not implemented, my lord.
No.
It already been implemented. Already been implemented, but actually,
This matter will require major hearing. On the request of Mr. S.C. Pandit, learned counsel for the applicant, as well as Mr. S.S. Roy, learned government advocate. Assam. This matter stands adjourned for 4 weeks. Let this matter be fixed again after 4 weeks for further hearing.
maybe permitted for correction. Yes.
It will
Respondent.
require one whole day hearing. Minimum 1 day, if not more. Huh?
Item 50, Lordship, we have filed our affidavit in opposition on 8, Lordship. Lordship, we were directed to take steps upon the private respondents 3-50 through the respondent number 2, Lordship. Lordship, however, as AD card notice was returned back, Lordship, on 6th of February, the Rajima Court had directed us to take fresh steps to the registered general, Lordship, of this article. Lordship, may I pray that we may be allowed to take fresh steps to the respondent number 2, the Director General of CRP, since we do not know the present places of posting of the respondent numbers 3-50, Lordship. They are not given the law. Not among the body. They are not given. I mean,
You are appearing.
Lordship, I will be filing Kalandama for respondent number 49. Lordship.
49. You are for
I am
whom?
for this CRPF, Lordship.
No, please tell us what is the respondent number?
Lordship, 1 and 2, Lordship.
1 and 2.
Lordship.
So there is an order that steps to be taken on 3 to 50.
So they have not given us the copy, Lordship. They have taken own step. By rest.
Can you help him?
Yes, we have stated we can help him, Lordship.
Give him the copy. Mr. A. Chakravarti, learned counsel for the petitioner is present. Mr. S.S. Roy, learned CJC, appearing for the respondent numbers 1 and 2, submits that since copies of the writ petition along with written up notices have not been furnished to him by the petitioner till date, hence service of notice upon the private respondent numbers 3 to 5 in terms of the order dated 27/5/2022 would not be affected till today. Full stop. At this, Mr. Chakravarti prays for 7 days time to furnish copies of the writ petition to Mr. Roy, requisite in numbers, in compliance with the order dated, for compliance of the order dated 27/5/2022. Full stop. Mr. P.K. Bordoloi, learned counsel has appeared for the respondent number 49. And submits that he would place his Wakalatnama on record within a week's time. In view of the above, let this writ petition be listed again after 4 weeks by reflecting the name of counsel for both the sides in the cause list.
No, I'm waiting for the sole respondent. Lordship, allow me 4 weeks time to file my affidavit.
None appears for the petitioner. Mr. S. Bora, learned counsel appearing for the sole respondent, prays for and is granted 4 weeks time to file affidavit. List according.
The petitioners who are employees of the principal seat of the Honorable Guwahati High Court are running since from door to door since the year 2017 for fixation of their pay in terms of the ROP rules 2017. Pursuant to the filing of this writ petition, the Judicial Department has approved the process in terms of for fixation of their pay in terms of the ROP rules 2017. On 13th of December, they had written a letter to this last 30th of December to the High Court that we have approved the process. This is how the pay is to be calculated. But there is a glitch there. They have with the wrong because they have applied the PSP wrongly. That is why the High Court by letter dated 23rd of December has written again to the Judicial Department that this is how the PSP is to be applied. Otherwise, everything is okay. But even that application appears to be gathering dust since the past 1.5 months. That is why we have filed the IA. If that aspect is rectified, we'll be getting our pay in terms of the ROP rules. IA number 313 of 2023.
What is the prayer in this IA? Let's see the writ petition.
Yes. At page 21. Page 21.
Yes, page 21.
Yes. If your lordship kindly says the kindly takes
No,
some
no,
page.
I'm asking what is the prayer made in the IA?
Yes, I had to rectify the calculation of pay as shown in the letter dated 13/12/2022. That is the calculation which the Judicial Department.
Who is to rectify this?
The Judicial Department.
Judicial Department.
Yes, because that is, yes.
These things are done by the Judicial Department or Finance Department?
Judicial Department with the concurrence, Judicial Department has made the calculation because Judicial Department with the concurrence of the Finance Department, they have approved the process by condoning the delay of exercising option in terms of Rule 5 of the ROP rules. And thereafter, they have shown the calculation, this is how. But here, they have wrongly applied the principal sick pay. Because the basic pay of the employees has to be calculated as pay.
Who is appearing for the Judicial Department?
Lordship, I am appearing for the Judicial Department, but in the IA Lordship, we have not been made a party.
Why?
If your Lordship comes to, that is why Lordship, in the main writ petition, we are party. We are respondent number 1, and we have also filed our affidavit. But an IA at page 7, Lordship.
This appears to be a typographical.
I don't know, Lordship, but without being a party, Lordship.
No, there appears to be a typographical error. Because in the main writ petition, they are the party. This appears to be a typographical error. I'm sorry.
Anyway, can you give him a copy?
I can.
Copy is there,
Copy
Lordship. We have
is there,
received the copy, as because in the IA, we are not a
All right.
party. But
You are a party
my
in the-
learned friend says that they have already got.
No, main prayer in the petition is that the option was not given under Rule 5. So that option is given. So
Yes.
perhaps subject to what my learned friend says, my lord, the main writ petition has become instructions. This is a fresh cause of action. Whatever is the calculation deficiency in the sheet, pay fixation. Subject to what my learned friend say. This is a fresh cause of action, my lord.
Lordship will take it up on the next week. What I understand is when your lordship is in a hurry.
No, hurry doesn't matter. We can't go for a lengthy hearing, but always time to look into matters which requires urgent consideration.
Yes.
What is to be done today? Do you have any instructions?
No, Lordship, that's because in the main writ petition, we have filed our affidavit. In our affidavit, we have stated that we have taken.
So their pay has been fixed under the ROP rules of 2017. Their problem is the PSP fixation according to them is incorrect. Correct?
Lordship.
So originally their grievance was that their pay fixation was not being done. So that is why the writ petition. During the pendency of the writ
Yes.
petition, pay fixation has been done.
Not yet done. It is approved. The process not yet done.
But he is saying your clients are receiving the
No,
revised
no,
pay.
no.
Is
That's
it?
a
Is it
wrong-
okay?
no, that is a wrong.
The
sir.
main writ petition is about not giving option under Rule 5.
my lordship will knows that in rule 5, there is a provision that the employees are to give an option to pay fixation of his pay from the date of next increment or coming of the ROP rule. That option was not given to the petitioners, my lord, so that's why they approached this court. And the judicial department, with the concurrence of the finance PRU department, condoned the delay in between, and option has been given to them and made the fixation thereafter. From for fixation of their pay from the date of next increment. So that exercise has already been undertaken. So that is their prayer in the deputy.
That is why, Lordship, I had submitted that
But
he
now
appears
they are
to have
saying-
somewhat misinterpreted my text. We have not made a prayer for condoning the delay of option. We are saying that our pay has been wrongly fixed. We have not been given the benefit of the ROP 2017. With giving up,
Right, Ms. D. Borgoy, learned counsel for the applicant submits that although by the order dated 13/12/2022, the government of Assam has fixed the pay of the petitioner under the ROP rules 2017, yet the PSP applicable to them has been wrongly fixed. As such, the said aspect of the matter calls for a reconsideration by the department. After examining the record, I find that the secretary to the judicial department, government of Assam, would be the appropriate authority to respond to the basic prayer made in the IA full stop. Therefore, Mr. H. Sharma, learned additional senior government advocate Assam, is requested to obtain instruction and appraise this court as to whether the prayer made by the petitioner for correction of the PSP fixation can be carried out, and if not, the reason thereof. Let
Lordship-
this matter be listed.
not PSP fixation, application of the PSP. Fixation is correct.
Application of PSP
PSP.
calls for rectification, and if not, the reason thereof.
I will be allowed to make the judicial department.
You do it, you do
By
it.
head. Comment.
Obliged.
Take this, take.
Time being letter, item 48.
Mr. Kalita, since service is complete, they are not coming. So what option?
I have not been intimated anything about this. And in addition to that, there are two corrections are there, Lordship, because in respondent number 2, Manavendra Pratap Singh is not the commissioner. Manavendra Pratap Singh actually is the managing director of ESCOM, that is Assam Contractors Tubes Limited. So some changes has to be done as far as these two respondents are concerned. And as for this, Lordship, I will have to contact them because I am not authorized to usually appear in all this.
So what do we do? We can either, otherwise we can ask personal appearance of.
No, Lordship, let me do one. My suggestion, Lordship, keep it for another date. I'll speak to the secretary. Then all these three persons, Lordship, I usually contact.
All right.
So I'll.
Heard Mr. S. Burman, learned counsel for the petitioner. Mr. A. Kalita, learned standing counsel, Industry Department, Assam, has made a request to post this case again on 17/2/2023, so as to enable him to find out as to why the respondents have not appeared in this contempt proceeding despite service of notice. In view of the above, register to list this case again on 17/2/2023 by reflecting the name of Mr. A. Kalita in the call list.
As far as this change of names.
Whatever you say, if that is a fatal defect, we'll close it.
Oh, no.
We'll close it. But then one of the respondent is correct.
One of the- So secretary is correct.
He has to come.
I'll.
Same letter, item 52.
This is the last item.
Please, Your Lordship. Court's time may be allowed for filing affidavit on behalf of respondent number 2.
Like the matters may be listed for admission.
Matter should be listed. for
Yeah,
admission. All official respondents.
Yes, all of them.
All right. Mr. B. Sinha, learned counsel for the petitioner, submits that this writ petition be listed for admission after 2 weeks. So Ms. A. Bora, Learned Standing Council, NHM, submits that she will obtain instruction and file affidavit within 2 weeks, within 4 weeks. All right. Admission to don't put the weeks, 4 weeks. In view of the above, register to list this matter for admission